Hey everybody. Um, I'm just currently reading at the moment. I'm reading a book called The Great Pain Deception, and I'm here alone in my house in a place that I'm living at the moment, which I'm actually leaving tomorrow. But I, having fibromyalgia and having pain in my body, and really not understanding what was going on between not just the pain in my body, but of course, as many of you know, that if you've been diagnosed with fibromyalgia or you aren't really sure, but you're having pain all over your body, you're really depressed, you're not sleeping well, these sorts of symptoms. Negative, of course, just comes with depression. The negative thinking, anxiety, all these sort of symptoms, as Dr. Sarno says, are all manifestations of something. They're not the root cause. They're a symptom. Uh, so when I was first diagnosed with fibromyalgia, it really obviously started on the path of just trying to understand what it is. Of course, because I'm a curious person, and at that point in time, I think I was looking for healing. I was looking for a way to just avoid the treacherous pain because I wasn't sleeping because of it, and I wasn't taking anything to sleep. So I was just going more and more and more into a painful, more delusional state of being. And I was kind of watching it. I was still able to kind of see it, but the pain kept me up. Anyhow, so one thing I want to say at this moment is that Dr. John Sarno's work, which was referred to me through me expressing myself like I am now, and somebody posting things that helped them change their life. And Dr. John Sarno came up a few times, and that forced me into not forced me, but it made me more and more curious as to who this was and what he had to offer. And again, it's you really have to look inside your own self and see if this is for you. But I will say that it definitely is is me, in the sense that after reading a lot about Dr. John Sarno's work and continuing to dive deeper in with that knowledge, because knowledge is actually the thing that helped heal me, and I want to say helped heal or helped cure. I feel pretty confident that I can use the word cure here. In some sense, when I say cure, I mean that I still have symptoms and all that stuff, of course, but I was trying to feel out in the last little while what my symptoms are at right now, pain wise, and I would say that it had dropped by at least 50%, on a day to day basis. So now these things come up, but then I notice them. I notice that I am creating it, due to psychological distress and repression of emotion, which I definitely have been told that I do. I intellectualize everything, and basically hide my emotions inside that. So there's like a bubble around me in some way, and I'm working on that, definitely, and I will continue to work on that, so that I can be more of an expression, or I can express more, and I can have boundaries and not just please everybody and not try to ruffle any feathers, and understand what that feels like to be me. Um, so I'm learning that, but I can definitely say that, when pain starts to really come up, I really do look at my life and I say, okay, is anything stressing me out? Did I have a bad day yesterday, the day before? Most of the time, I can pretty much catch it, and the pain eases. And also too is I don't focus on the pain as much anymore, because the pain is trying to distract me, and it's really false information. And again, I'm not really good at articulating with words what what TMS is, or which it's called tension myoneural syndrome. So basically, it's a mind-body syndrome, condition, with psychogenic musculoskeletal and nerve symptoms, most noticeably back pain, but it really depends. Everybody's different. Ultimately, what it's basically saying is that there is this like neural like just like nerve kind of misfiring, I suppose. And it creates pain in the body due to the fact that there's repressed emotion and energy that is not being expressed. So, yeah, if you're somebody that is, dealing with fibromyalgia, chronic pain in your body, there is just a host of different things. I actually should probably have lists of things because I'm not very articulate, or I'm not able to express things in orders. So I do believe that can be a benefit to me if I'm going to share something. But he even goes as far as to say people with MS, and the more you read, the more case studies and testimonials you start to see in these books. And if you even just look up Dr. John Sarno and even write fibromyalgia in there, it will lead you on a path of healing potentially if you're open to this concept. Or you begin to dive deeper in and really try to take some introspection within yourself and see if it does make sense to you. Because there's a lot of information out there from the medical industry that is really making money off you being in pain. And I suppose one thing that I've always done is I've never taken anything for my pain other than coffee, a glass of wine, and food. But usually food ends up, if I eat bad food, it ends up causing problems, teeth, body. There's a host of things that end up causing issues. So I do avoid. I avoid taking any pain medication, and that doesn't mean I'm not in pain. It just means that in order to heal or potentially cure, or make sure I'm not doing anything that's affecting my pain, I need to feel it, and that may include my emotions as well. I've only experimented and used microdosing with mushrooms, but I take mushrooms here and there and stuff like that. Through again, do your own research on that as well. There's amazing stuff coming out on that, and it has definitely helped me. But that doesn't mean that any sort of other medications are not of use. I totally believe that they could be. It just was never the route that I chose. As far as pain medication, I'm probably a little stubborn. I probably could have used some here and there, especially for getting a good night's rest, but I chose not to. And so I'm working on that as well, as trying not to be resistant to the medical industry, just because you just hear so many bad negative things about it, and I really just don't feel like getting too into it. So yeah, I hope this video helps in some way, maybe even guides you towards moving in the direction. Again, look up Dr. John Sarno. He has a book called The Mind Body Prescription: Healing Back Pain. Also, one of the books I read actually out of all of his books is The Divided Mind, which was just super powerful and beautiful, and that was the one that really gave me hope, basically, because I just resonated so much with what he was saying. And then I've continued just reading all other different books. Right now I'm reading The Great Pain Deception, which has been an amazing book. I really love this guy. I will definitely send him an email and thank him for his work on himself, which is a beautiful story if you end up reading that book. But also just the plethora of information. I'm almost glad that his book is long. I have it on Kindle, but I'm only halfway into it, and I've been reading it for weeks. Of course, writing notes and just trying to immerse myself in the information, but nonetheless, I'm just really enjoying having him as a friend, so to speak, for this time being, and to kind of keep my neural networks running in that way, and to confirm my belief in this, and just be profoundly awed by the what can be done through just knowledge, but also action as well. It's a combination. There's no doubt about it. In my opinion, I've started working out harder, pushing through pain because I realized the pain was not real in some sense, and it's actually been a good thing for me, as hard as it has been. But yeah, if anything in this video resonates, or if you want to just pop a message to me, I'd be more than happy to help to guide you in some way into knowledge, books, or whatever. Or if you're just curious of anything, just let me know. I'll try to be here for you the best I can. Thanks.